Hello everyone, in this video you'll be able to see how I prepped the large shower base. It used to be a 5x3 shower with a shower head on both sides, and the homeowner decided to remove the closet and the existing shower and convert it into a large 10x5 walk-in shower. My part in this project was to build a waterproof Presloped pen, install the rubber liner, build the shower pen, and install shower floor tiles. The first step when I prep the shower and the floor tile area is to add extra screws that prevent from any movement and squeaks in the future. The second step is to center and install the shower drain, and that part was done by the contractor that I was working for. In order to get a dry pack consistency, I use an inch to inch and a half of water in a bucket and then half a bag of concrete. I also mix a thin set that helps me bond the concrete with the plywood and prevent concrete from drying too fast. The way I do my Presloped pen, I will start with leveling the area around the shower walls with about inch thick of concrete that slopes toward the shower drain. Presloped shower pen prevents water from accumulating in the rubber liner. Your shower drain sits about 1/4 inch above your shower floor, and let's say your shower floor is 1/4 inch out of level, and that means your shower pen liner will always hold at least 1/2 inch of water in it. And some people wonder, where's that funky smell come from? I also use fiberglass mesh and a coat of thin set to bond your Presloped pen with the shower drain, and 2 coats of waterproofing membrane. This limits any movement in your shower floor and prevents your shower pen from cracking. In case of shower pen liner failure, you have another waterproof layer that is sloped and bonded with the drain. Alright, so the Presloped is ready. And I'm telling you guys, this is one of the most important steps that a lot of contractors omit. And from the experience, I can tell you that after replacing well over 200 showers in the Atlanta area in a 15 years period, I had only one shower that had a Presloped done. And that tells you something about the industry. Well, but the things are getting better because a lot of people can watch the videos like this and they can others can learn from it, and then we're getting somewhere. Once the shower walls were framed and the cement board installed, I could come back to install the shower pen liner and build the shower pen. Before installing shower pen liner, I would shave the bottom of the 2x4s in order to prevent the corner dams from creating a bump on the bottom of the shower. I will also coat the entire curb with waterproofing membrane and then vacuum and wash the entire surface, just to make sure that there's nothing left that could puncture the liner. Installing the liner is a pretty simple task. Basically, you don't want to go more than 8 inches on the wall because it makes it harder to fold the liner and it creates the bumps. I will make a separate video in the future how I install the shower pen liner. Alright, before I install the shower pen liner, I use a silicone around the shower drain. This simple step can protect you in case you have the clog in your shower drain pipes. It prevents water from leaking underneath the shower pen liner. Once the shower pen liner is installed, the next step is to connect it with the shower drain. And this is probably the moment some of you fear the most, because you have to cut the liner in order to connect it with the drain. Alright, when I cut the liner, I just place my finger over the bolt and I stretch that liner a little bit, and then use a knife to cut the hole in it as small as possible, just small enough so you're able to stretch that liner and just push that head through that opening. Then I cut the cross right in the middle and I place the second piece of the drain over it, and then just to lock it you just have to turn it clockwise. Then I use a small wrench just to tighten the bolts. Alright, once all the bolts are nice and tight, you can add a tiny bit of silicone around them, and then you can install the third piece of drain that just basically screws into it. Alright, and the last step before building your shower pen is to set the height of your shower drain. Usually I set it to 1.5 inches from the shower base, but it depends on the thickness of the tiles you're going to use. In order to protect your shower drain strainer from scratching it, you want to have some tape over it. And the last very important thing, just have some gravel that basically protects the weep hole from getting clogged. In order to build this shower pen, I'm going to use a sand tapping concrete. And the best thing is to mix everything at the same time, so that way you can have the better control on the consistency of the concrete. Because if you mix it too wet or too dry, it doesn't bond together or have the water showing up on the surface. Alright, when you build a shower pen this size, you want to avoid any low spots. In order to prevent it, I use the different size of rulers that ranges from 18 inches all the way up to 4 feet. You can get them at a Home Depot, you just have to cut them to a desired length. Another very important thing when you're building your shower pen is to have the perfect level all the way around your shower base. In order to do that, you have to have it good enough levels, and then sometimes I just cut them to actually fit shower. The perfect size, you want to have an inch shorter than the actual width of your shower. So like if you're okay to cutting them, just cut it like inch shorter than your width or length of it, and that makes your life so much easier when you're actually building one like that. Alright, once the shower pen is done, you gotta unscrew your shower drain. Otherwise you won't be able to do it the next day. Alright, the shower pen is done. It's always a challenge to build one like this, but we got the perfect level around the entire base of it with the 1/4 inch of slope per foot. And then there's no low spots or anything like that, so water will drain perfectly. Alright, once the shower pen is nice and dry, I use a brick rub to smooth out entire surface. This basically knocks off any imperfections and just smooth out the entire thing. Another step is to cover the entire shower floor with a fiberglass mesh that you can get in any stucco supply store. And basically just lay it out on the surface and coat it with anti-fracture thinset. This allows entire shower pen to give it extra strength because the fiberglass holds the entire thing together and prevent it from any cracks or anything happening in the future. Alright, before I install any shower floor tile, I'll open up every single box and basically inspect every tile before I install it. Then I'll lay out the entire shower floor with the tiles. This allowed me to dry fit it and nicely do all the cuts, because when you're installing the tiles, you're not gonna have a whole lot of time, because the problem is once you spread the thinset, shower pen will absorb that moisture from it very fast, and then when you work with natural stone, it will do pretty much the same thing, so you're not gonna have a whole lot of time to have any adjustments. The only disadvantage when you're using this type of tiles is you can actually see the lines where the tiles interlocked. The problem is in this type of tile they only use large pieces, so you cannot find any smaller ones to kind of break that pattern. On the smaller shower floors you can actually remove the tiles from the mesh and install them individually. And the last part in this project was to install and waterproof the curb. That has a 1/4 inch of slope on it, and it's wrapped with a fiberglass mesh, coated with a thinset, and it has 2 layers of waterproofing membrane. Alright, if you learned something new, like the video and subscribe, and come back in the future because I'll be getting into more details how to build the beautiful bathrooms and showers. If you have any questions or comments, just write them down below and I'll be able to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you and bye-bye.